We've done it. Is that it?
More than you believe.
No,
You aren't showing it.
we've actually done it.
I'm so happy, believe me.
It doesn't
Fuck
feel...
me, honestly.
no.
Why don't I do a podcast with you? Jesus Christ. Just sit there.
What do you want me to do?
I don't know.
This is great.
Say,
This is a good
say
start.
something.
What do you want me to start with?
Well, I'm just said we've done it, you know.
Yes!
Yeah.
Do you want me to...
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to... I'll carry as usual, like Declan Rice. Welcome back to the Armchair podcast. The episode of the year, my personal favourite episode of the year, because we can just talk about Arsenal and how good they are and how much better we are than every single football club in the world.
Yeah.
Arsenal have been crowned Premier League champions. Boom.
I know I didn't celebrate there, but it doesn't... For me, like, because we weren't there and because... Like, you know, because I haven't seen us lift the Prem, it still doesn't feel real for me.
Yeah, okay,
like,
we are Premier League champions.
I know that factually that we are, but I kind of can't. I'm still in shock.
Well, we are going down. It will feel more real when we go down to London on Sunday to lift the Premier League, and we see
we're
them
getting
lift the
called
Premier
up
League.
to lift the Premier.
We're not going to lift the Premier League.
Yeah, I thought you said you got my hopes up.
Yeah,
Thought Mikel was called us in.
I'm forgetting about my disability.
Yeah,
I'm just going to go. No, I just mean we're going to go to a pub to watch it because we watched Arsenal win the Premier League in the Snipe in our local pub in
weird.
Sutton and Ashfield.
It was really strange.
There was about 5 blokes in there, one of which was a Spurs fan directly behind me, which I didn't know. And when the final whistle blew against Bournemouth, I accidentally knocked my chair over and then I got on both knees and pointed towards the sky in the Snipe.
Yeah, I also cringed and then told him...
Yeah, but you don't really know how to live. Like, you're just in this bubble of like, like, we're all just going to die and no one really cares.
Yeah, it's true. That's the problem.
But no, it is a weird feeling.
It felt very strange. I think
not...
for me, yeah, I've got like a bit of a bittersweetness as well because I literally lived on Hornsey Road. So shout out Hornsey Road, the Eagle at Tollington, Mama B, Abbo Aziz Barbers, the Sobble Leisure Centre. What a place. And it didn't happen last year, and I thought it was. I thought it was going to happen because I lived on that road, and I was like, you never know. And I was literally could see I saw the Emirates every day. I walked down the tunnel on Hornsey Road every day, and it feels so strange because not only do I moved home. Sorry, it's not all about me, but
sounds
so
like
it's weird. Yeah, it is a really weird feeling, and I had probably
starting to sound like this is all about you.
The biggest FOMO of my life last night. I don't know about you.
No, I agree. It's not the same.
No.
And obviously, this is called the Armchair Podcast, so we are Armchair fans.
It'd be wrong if we were there.
Yeah, it wouldn't be right.
Contractually obliged
to be away, like Gary Neville at the at Forest.
Yeah, he can't go. Yeah,
we can't go. No, but we are going to go. And we're going to be at the Emirates. For all the viewers, for anyone who's watching us from London or who's going to be there on Sunday, we are going to be there on Sunday at the Emirates or Crystal Palace, but probably at the Emirates, celebrating the game, watching it in a pub. And I want to be part of those celebrations. I want to do something crazy.
I want to I want to.
I might dab. I don't know what I'm going to do, but I'm going to do something mad.
I might just jump off a building.
But yeah, so Sims, the house, if you can fly from the US. Also got a lovely message from a fan in Bali, which, by the way, I'd love to go to Bali, mate. So if you want to put us up in Bali,
also this bloke was up
together.
At 4 a.m.
He messaged me at about 5 in the morning, 4 in the morning,
which made me feel like you know. Sorry, do you want to read it?
Sorry if I'm butchering your name. I'm really sorry, but I think it's Yonki. Saputra.
That's what it's like, Yonki Saputra.
So yeah, cheers, mate. And also shout out to Zila as well.
Oh yeah, that's what
I know it is. I'm not. Yeah,
sorry.
We do. Yeah, you know.
All right.
No, but I'm not that. I know it's not some random person.
Yeah.
Also, shout out to Josh.
Oh yeah, he's also
Simango.
someone that I know.
Oh okay.
That's Mango. He's awesome.
Yeah, well,
I was giving him a text as well.
You've never spoke about him before. No offense.
Well, no, I do know him.
I feel like he must be irrelevant in your life. You've never mentioned him.
He's not irrelevant in my life. Mango, honestly, this guy. We need to link up, me and you.
Yeah, whatever.
Very, very soon, and we share a name, mate.
But anyway, it's just been good. I'm just drinking a fresh cup of
water.
Rodri's tears.
Oh yeah. It was just good. So when we got in from the Snipe in Sutton,
I think, to be honest, in here, it's the mentality.
I just feasted for hours. I didn't go to bed till like 2 a.m.
It was great.
I don't know what time I fell asleep properly, but like even when I put my phone down, I was like, I need to stop because it just kept feeding me content, and there was like a new clip. Like there was a million videos to watch of the carnage,
so many
the
now,
players,
yeah.
like stuff coming out. Then the stuff this morning with like Eze,
The best thing I
Declan
saw.
Rice, Saka,
The best thing I
and
saw was
Timber.
that.
Yeah, that was so
is
cool.
I think that's
That
the best
was
thing
really
that's
cool.
happened.
No, for me, I think it's between that. Out of the moments of the night that I saw, it was between that, and I think Ian Wright just piling in there, like hugging Don Robbie, hugging everyone.
I saw him
Lead
like
just-
this kid was like, "Oh, thank you" or something. And, like grabbed
he
this
just-
random
he
kid and
was
like kissed
Jesus
him on the head.
Yeah,
he was.
and then that bit where he he grabs the bottle of Prosecco or champers and he's like, "Can we fucking celebrate now?"
yeah, that was good. That was really good.
so good. And it's just like,
Also, I think
Yeah.
the thing that's funny
It's-
about it is
it's
that
mad.
he must get so pissed off of all the years of Roy Keane, Gary Neville, all the people he does that podcast with, and all his
Oh,
mates
mate.
just constantly just taking
just
the piss.
negative,
And I
it's
think
always,
that's where
"We're
that comes
nearly
from.
there,"
Can we
and it's
celebrate
like,
now? I think
we're
because also the
yeah.
celebration police when Erdiggard got his fucking used the camera, and
Yeah.
Gary Neville moaned about
Jamie
that. and just
Carragher
random
moaned about
shit.
it.
He hates us the most.
I think
you can't
Carragher.
stand
I
that
think
we won
Carragher
the league.
hates us more than Gary Neville.
I agree.
Because
I
think
agree.
I think what he sees
worried.
again is that, like, right, we're not. I don't really want to get into this too much, but I think
Yeah, I
he sees
do.
a lot of similarities between, like, Klopp,
Klopp.
and he also sees Liverpool and Arsenal, I think, as similar clubs in a lot of ways. Like,
Really? I don't know. They've won 3 European Cups.
they've won 6.
6, sorry.
Jesus,
Sorry. Got that wrong. But yeah, they've won a
this
lot.
bloke. No, I don't mean in terms of stature. I just mean in terms of, like, they've got massive, massive fan bases, and Liverpool as well. Like, I feel like I meet Liverpool fans everywhere. I know United are like that, but I don't know. I think the
I
special.
don't think you can compare us to Liverpool. We're nothing like Liverpool.
I'm not.
They've
You're
won- they've won
the one
s-
starting the argument. This is about celebration. I was just saying. I think he sees some similarities, but I think the main thing is with Arteta and Klopp, and I think he's scared shitless that Arteta
What, that we're going to win
is
6
building a
European
dynasty.
Cups in the
No.
next
I just mean that
6
we're
years.
gonna build a dynasty with it, and I think he thinks Klopp
Yeah,
missed
I
out.
don't think it's a time to get carried away. I think it's a time to enjoy the celebrations and let's
I'm not
focus
getting
on
carried away.
Sounds like you are a bit.
I'm not. You on this? This guy was on this pod all season shitting himself.
Yeah,
And I
exactly.
was
That's
like,
why I'm
just
not
trust
getting
the
carried
process.
away.
What do you mean you're not getting carried away?
Because, like, it's all
it's
this.
time. It's fucking time to go.
No, it's not.
It is. Why? I'm thinking it's just who knows what we could do now.
No,
R.I.P. man. I know he would be loving it as well.
Yeah, he'd be loving it. And boom. All I wanted to see was a boom.
Heavy D, man.
I love that blow. He was
David
so funny.
Louise.
I can just imagine a boom.
A massive boom.
That
He's
would have been a
booming. He's
sonic
booming in
boom.
heaven.
That would have been a sonic boom if he was there.
Oh yeah.
No,
would've
but
broke some
I
windows.
I think we should focus on the here and now. That's what I'm saying. Like we can get into
No,
that
but this is
conversation.
part of it. This is but I know, but this is
Am
also.
I the host or are you the host?
Well, you're a shit host. So I'm taking
Jesus
over.
Christ, you're talking about next season and beyond.
No, I'm not. I'm just saying that it's part of it is
I don't know how everyone listens to this
talking about
podcast.
these actual pricks that go online every day and in the media, and we have to listen to Gary Neville drone on and on and on every season saying it can only take him so far, whatever he talks like, and it's all this bollocks. And you know what? Arteta has just done it.
Yeah,
And
so we can just
fuck
focus
all
on
of
that.
you.
Let's stop being Mystic Meg and saying we're going to build a dynasty. We don't know what's going to happen.
I didn't say that.
Well, you did just
You
say.
fucking ruined the podcast.
You did just say we're going to build a dynasty. Anyway, let's just move on from that. Yeah. So
What do you want me to just sit here then? What do you want? An AI podcast?
No, because you just start. We were talking about
No,
stuff that's
what?
happened, and then you start
started
talking about
pissing me off.
dynasty.
No, I just said I think you see some similarities. Then you went, no, he didn't. No, he doesn't.
Well,
and I said,
they've
I
won
think
6
the
European-
similar stature clubs. No, they've won 3 European Cups. Won 6, by the way. Anyway, it might even be more now.
Right, well, go on then. What?
But my point was, anyway, Jesus. Yeah, it's just a time to be like, we've done it. And the thing is, no one now can chat to us about anything. Like, oh yeah, it's still a European Cup, but we've got a final as well. And honestly, I mean, I don't want to talk about that.
I'm really happy about winning the league, but I just think like we could lose the European. Like we need to just Like, I'm happy to celebrate.
Are you
this.
Roy Keane?
No, because you're talking about a dynasty. We've won one Premier League in the last 22 years. I want to celebrate it. I want to talk about the stuff that's happened on the night and all that stuff and all the funny moments. And you go on to talk about a fucking dynasty.
You're gonna watch this again, and you're gonna be like, You took this way. You took it this way. I can't believe
Fucking
that
idiot.
when we're experiencing the happiest moment of our football watching lives,
dynasty.
we've still found a way to argue.
Because there's some Arsenal fans that go over the top instead of just enjoying the moment and accepting the fact we've worked really hard to win our first Premier League title in 22 years. No cups yet, just a Premier League title with this squad, with this team that Mikel Arteta's built. I just want to enjoy it, and I want to talk about...
I'm enjoying it.
Yeah, a bit too much. I don't think anyone's out there on Sunday or whatever talking about a dynasty.
Why the fuck not?
Oh, for God's sake.
I'm thinking about what's next. I'm ready to go for next season, mate. I can't wait.
Then we're talking about next season already. No, we have to because you've just you brought it up.
No, we don't.
10 minutes in, so go on.
No,
then,
we're not
stop.
talking about next. We can park that and talk about it later if you want. If you want to talk
But
about
no,
it.
you've brought it.
No.
It's been 5 minutes now talking about it, so let's just talk about it then.
Yet.
Let's just talk about it.
No, I don't want to talk about it.
It seems like you really
No, I
want to
don't.
talk
I was
about
just
it.
saying it's exciting, thinking that the pressure's off now, and we've done it, and that was my point.
Yeah, well,
That was all I was trying to say.
okay.
And who knows where we can go now, building on this. It's
Well,
exciting.
exactly. I don't know.
And I think people are shitting themselves. Like
I
the
don't,
Arsenal fans.
I don't know. I don't know if that's the case.
You don't think, mate? How do you not know? They've been shit. They've all. As soon as Arteta came in, right? There's that clip. Tim Cahill has done the rounds again, and I watched that like once a year since he did it. When we went up and we beat United 1-0. I think Aubameyang scored a penalty. El Neni ran his socks off, the lad. And you know what? El Neni, get on the parade. I hope he's on the bus. That bloke's a legend. Anyway, and there was this feeling that, like, at the time, we all kind of knew even then. And I think after, like, the first bit of time, like, you could just see things, like, from the end of the Wenger era, right? Wenger, great manager, but by the end of that time, players just stopped caring. We had too many mercenaries. We had too many people that weren't like El Neni and didn't do the hard yards. That we didn't have like a team. We didn't have a structure and players that would actually, like, cliche, but die for 3 points, put your bodies on the line, stuff like that. And I think we all saw that then. And all it's been since then, and as he's got better and better and better. When it was a top 4 race, it was he'll not got top 4. It can't happen. And he lost. Yeah, we missed out. But we all knew that season when we finished 5th, the all or nothing season. That was huge that season. We saw something and we believed, and that was more important than where we finished. So when we finished 5th, none of us gave a shit. Really. Yeah, it was painful. But we knew that next year we're going to be better. And we were. And we blew everyone's kind of, people say we bottled that season, the season after we finished 5th, with when we brought Jesus and Zinchenko in. But no one expected us to do that. We burst through the glass ceiling. And from there, it has been like, and that's what maybe we could talk about, because you said I want to talk about, it's just been that campaign against Arteta because he is this, he's that, he's boring, he's too energetic, he's too lively on the touchline, like all this stuff. So
hit the table any more times?
So
Jesus.
It's just, I'm just passionate, mate.
Yeah, I know, but you're
trying to... I'm not waffling. I'm just talking passionately.
I think fans now, that all comes with the territory. When you haven't won a trophy in that long, and you do, let's be honest, we have bottled it a few times, come second a lot of times, that is going to happen.
I don't think we bottled it a few times. I think maybe once.
Right, well, whatever. We finished second, Josh.
Yeah, we finished second. I'll give you that 3 times. Yeah.
Yeah, so I think that's just going to come with the territory. People are going to give you shit. And I'm not going to lie, like, I've doubted Arteta. We've doubted Arteta this season, so we can't backtrack now and say that we've believed the whole time. Like, I'm sorry, but when we lost to Man City, I thought that it was done. I thought Man City were going to win it still. Yeah. And yes, like, we haven't completely dominated the league and played sparkling football. I'm not trying to be Roy Keane here. It's just that you've gone. I'm happy. We deserve it. We definitely deserve it. Yeah, and especially over the course of these 4 years, we deserve it. Like, I'm not getting carried away saying we're building some dynasty. We see what happened with Liverpool last season.
That was fluky.
And everyone was convinced.
No. That. Sorry, I'll let you finish.
Signings like they've signed Isak, they signed Wirtz. They spent like over 300 million. I think everyone thought that everyone thought that they were going to challenge for the league this season, and they've dropped off a cliff. So I'm not getting. I just want to enjoy the moment. But I understand where you're coming from. I understand the sentiment of Arteta has been building this for years. No one's going to leave. Everyone loves the club. The thing about you said about El Neni and stuff, these players, they'll die for the badge and the fans.
Yeah.
There's that connection, as we've seen with Eze and Saka and Declan Rice walking around North London at 5 a.m, hugging the fans. Ian Wright on the street. We have got something special, and I think that's what rival fans, touching on your point, and maybe I wouldn't say they're worried, but I'd say they're maybe slightly jealous of, especially Man City fans, because I think it's. And I'm not saying like jealous is a strong word. Maybe not jealous.
I think it is envy. I think it is envy. Absolutely,
I think people are just happy.
We are the
for us.
envy of the league right now. Of course we are. Of course we are.
Bro, I don't
How
know,
not? Like you've had the most recent success is City, yeah, but they've got no fans. No one cared when they won.
Yeah, but you're
when they
making
won the
out like
titles.
with the envy of the league, like Liverpool. I'm sorry, but Liverpool, Man United, like you can't say that those clubs if they won the league. Like, if
United fans are. I tell you for sure,
But they've not won
they
it.
are like on the brink, mate, of ending it all.
Yeah, but what I'm saying, when you wait so long for a trophy, I think anyone's going to react like that. Like it, especially after 3, 4. But I agree, like our fans are great, and it's been great to watch the celebrations. But I just don't like all this like competition of like who's got. I think we've got amazing fans, and I just like to leave
No,
it at
for
that
me,
because
that's
I just
it,
don't
right?
really-
Like my point was not that we're better than anyone else or anything like this. My point was just that that's how other fans perceive us. They don't like us. They
Well,
don't
I'm not
like us.
surprised with the way
And-
you talk. With your
What?
you
Because
talk.
I believe in a manager, and I think like what's wrong with that?
Nothing, but I just
Like I believe in these players, and we have for the last 4 seasons. And yeah, everyone doubts everything. I said at the start of the season, if Arteta didn't win this title,
you
it
get
has
rid
to
of
go.
him.
I still stand by that.
Yeah, so this is
So-
what I mean. We can't,
But what do you mean? He did it, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah, he's done it. He's done
Nah,
it, and
and-
we've done it. Ultimately, it's
Yeah.
not. We've all done it. Even
I
the
haven't done
and the
anything.
fans. Yeah, but the fans play a part in it as well. But yeah, the man, he deserves massive credit. Arteta and the team. Yeah, I think the celebrations were amazing, and it just shows like that we have been a sleeping giant. Ultimately, I think that's the question. That's how I would phrase it, is that we have been a sleeping giant, and we could. I don't think necessarily Ravel fans are worried, but I think it's a wake up call for them to think. Well, I think probably Arsenal are going to keep challenging. Like we're not just going to go away.
No,
Like we've
but
won
that's
the
my
first
point.
one in 22 years, and I don't think that they're thinking, they're going to turn into the new Man City. I think the Premier League is super competitive now, and I think there'll be other teams. But when you do on that conversation, when you do look at the other teams around us in the league at the moment,
Mate, I think we've got such good opportunity now to kick
I think
on, but-
next season immediately we do, because you look at Liverpool, they're in a bit of disarray with Slot.
City will be transitional.
City are
again.
transitioning, and they're losing big key players in that dressing room. You look at Chelsea, they've got Xavi Alonso, very exciting. Will he need a bit of time? Probably,
But it's a
he
mess
could,
at that
he
club
could
anyway.
kick on. Yeah, it
It's
is
a
a bit of a
mess, so
mess,
it-
but
so it depends.
we don't know. There's not really many challenges. Carragher at Man United, he's done fantastic. They need to spend some serious money in the summer.
Fantastic.
Casemiro's leaving in that midfield. Bruno Fernandes, he's done fantastic. But again, this squad is just not at the level. The thing I will give you, Josh, we have built an elite squad. And I'm not
Yeah.
talking about just the starting 11, because people get carried away saying, oh, this and that, Saka's not that good. If you look at our squad, and I've been saying this all season, we have the best squad in the world.
Mm.
And this is why I was so confident that we'd do something this season just based on the squad. And
Yeah.
I think honestly, the bench could change. The Champions League final is massive as well. And I think we've
Yeah.
got so many options off the bench. Tactically, we can change. I know people, I'm getting ahead of myself now talking about the Champions League final, but I know people are saying, oh, PSG will blow you away, and they're amazing starting 11 and they play a great style of football. But can they change the way they play? I mean, we've seen it against Bayern. They were very good defensively, so maybe they can. But I'm just not so sure if they've got as many plan Bs as us compared.
I don't know.
Can they
I mean, I
change?
suppose Champions League we can maybe come back to that. 'Cause
Yeah,
it's an
okay.
interesting conversation, and obviously we still got to play. We still got the Palace game on Sunday, which I suppose will just be a procession. But it would be interesting. Yeah, I don't even know like things like starting lineup, and there's so much. Like, I doubt Timber will be back, but it's I don't know. It's very interesting, but I think the Champions League final for me and the Champions League in general would just be a cherry on the top. And obviously that sounds weird because it would be one of the biggest things in the history of our football club. Like, it would genuinely be history.
I'm not
It's
sure if it'd be
unprecedented.
that would be. I think it would erupt if we won the Champions
No,
League.
I agree. But the
And
thing
that
is,
would
like,
that would worry people more. So your point of would people be worried? I think at the minute, no. I think if we win the Champions League, no,
yeah.
but I do think
but
if
that's
we win,
where we are.
no,
though.
but I do think if we win the Champions League, I think that's when.
Yeah,
I think-
I agree, but like, there's this point.
But we haven't.
I
Won
saw
it
this
yet.
clip do the rounds of Ole say. It's funny, the fantastic and Michael Carrick stuff. It's interesting you'd say that, and he said, like a cup tie, you can get lucky, and it's a bit of an ego, vanity project for a manager, a cup run, because you can get luckier, but a league is really what. The cream always rises to the top in a league. You can't really hide in a league, and the best team will win, and that's just how it is. And I think it's just interesting that Arsenal have managed to not only have we finished top and we're champions of the Premier League, but we've also put together this cup run. And I think we're 90 minutes away from winning the Champions League. Whether we win it or not, I don't think that's that important. I think what it shows you is that we have. But what I'm saying is in terms of where we're at. Like, yes, to other fans, it will be like, oh, I take you serious. Like, now they're sitting up, we've won a Champions League and all these things, like, because it always gets sung to us, doesn't it? Oh, you never win a Champions League. But we've gone quarter-final, semi-final, final. So even if we don't win it, that's my point. When we went second.
I don't
We're
know.
not going to stop. Like, it's not, I think rival fans think, oh, if we don't win this Champions League, well,
No
they'll be
one
next
thinks
year
that.
and the year after that.
Yeah, I agree.
I think some people do.
I think
but
to get to a final of a Champions League
is historic. Like, and it alone to win a Premier League. Like, if I was looking at like Chelsea doing this right now, United, Tottenham, like my stomach would be turning. I'd be like, feel sick that they're so successful that you've just won the Prem and you're going into a massive final like that. Like, I think it's so impressive where we're at. And I think, obviously, it was hard to say all this when you had all this tension about will we win the league. But now, I just don't give a shit. I'll just say whatever.
I can tell.
Because I am like a zealot. I literally, like, I think, like, Arteta is like a prophet. I'm just fucking, I'm gone. I'm not even taking the piss.
No, you're.
And no, but the thing is, right,
You're
I've
fully
had to
gone.
put up,
Your head's
I
on
remember
Mars.
being in,
Your head's on Mars.
I remember being in the Eaglet.
What are you going to be like your head's on Mars?
In the
mate?
Eaglet on
never
Hornsey
seen-
Road.
I've never seen anything
No,
like it.
hold on. Eaglet on Hornsey Road. I had my mate Nick, Chelsea fan, Leo, United fan, and this geezer, I don't even know who he was, he supported Leicester. He was saying, oh, Arteta's got to go this season. You don't give him another season and all this stuff. And I said, honestly, you guys, like, laugh it up and all this
Did
stuff.
any Arsenal fan
Laugh it up, but it's going to
Yeah.
happen.
Did
We're
realistically
gonna
though,
win.
anyone with a brain?
No.
No.
They all believed that we were going to bottle it. They did. They all believed. This whole bottle thing was the biggest thing on social media. This bloke with the bottle is now a celebrity. It was all a joke. It was all set up for us to be ballers again.
But I think people.
We had Liverpool. Sorry, just quickly. Those Liverpool fans. I mean, we don't even have that big a rivalry against Liverpool. And yet, they had those blokes in the stand last season, always the bridesmaid. Weird. They're obsessed with our club, mate. Like, genuinely, I think they are.
Yeah, maybe. I just think it's because we haven't won it in 22 years, though. Like, I'm sorry, if United.
Because we're. Yeah.
No, it is. It's literally the only. That's the only reason. That is the only reason. Is because we haven't won it in 22
It's because they can't
years.
stand us.
Yes,
it's because
but
they
I'm
knew
not
this
surprised.
is coming.
I'm not surprised.
Why?
Look at
Why?
you. Look at
because we
you.
support our team. What? I'm surprised that you're not more. Fuck it, let's do it because it's not going to end. If you think we're bad now,
football.
Yeah, but if you think we're bad now, like
I'm not saying we're bad. What are you
no.
talking
I don't
about?
mean us. I don't mean Arsenal. I mean if you think that we're delusional now and we're annoying now, it's going to get worse. So
It's not from me, folks.
It is.
So if you're listening, it's not.
I don't care.
I'm going to enjoy it.
We just won a Premier
really am going
League.
to enjoy it. But I'm not saying with the Chicago Bulls or the Man City.
I didn't say
that.
that.
I'm not saying we're going to turn into Man City and win a treble.
Did I
and
say
then
that?
We're going to be Centurions
Did I say
and
that?
break 100 points.
did I say any of those things?
Well, you'd saying
No.
we're going to create a dynasty.
No, I
and-
didn't.
and
I
you're
just said
saying-
we're going to be there. It doesn't even matter if we win it. My point is that we are.
But we've been there for the
we're
past
now-
4 seasons, so
we
it's
now
not
have
nothing new.
We now have the third highest revenue in the world of any club.
I know that.
Our squad is fantastically built,
I
and we
know.
brought in young players. We've got Max Down. We've got
But football
it's so
goes. I thought you
exciting.
studied history.
What?
Football's a cycle.
But I'm saying that people think that, as Gary Neville said all those years ago when we didn't get fourth, they've peaked and they hit this peak.
They were just
excited.
saying that.
No,
they were saying
but
that because they wanted. That's
because
what
they
they
hate us,
wanted to
and
think.
they hated
That's what they
Arteta,
wanted
and you were
to
like,
think.
No. Yeah,
No, they do.
exactly.
I think over time, people's opinions have changed, and now I think I don't know if you've been honest, everyone's given us flowers now.
Yeah, because we won it.
Yeah, obviously, you're not going to give someone flowers before they've won anything. We've bottled it 3 seasons in a row.
But we didn't bottle it. How do we? Did we what? We bottled it last season. We had an injury crisis. We didn't have a squad for it.
I'm sorry. If Man City were better this season and they weren't in because they've not been great, it would have been a lot closer and they might have won it this season. All I'm saying is I think it's fantastic that we've got over the line, and I do agree we can kick on from here, but I think it's a bit over exaggerated. I do
don't
agree.
care.
There's this agenda against Arsenal. There has been for the past 10 years, maybe more. Like
Yeah.
I remember, I go back to when Brentford beat us in the first game of the season, and Gary Neville and Jamie Carragher were celebrating, and
Not just dancing all night
and
long.
Look, I get where it's coming. I get it, Josh. People don't really like us too much.
It's called soft. We
Yeah, they don't
got
like us.
praise for playing good football, but you're soft and all this stuff for years. And we were a joke, 8-2.
But now we're not, are we? Now we're not.
But
and now
that's
we're
what I'm
laughing.
talking about, and that's why I'm excited. And you're sat here like a melt going,
No, you're
let's
sat here
let's
like a
chill out.
melt saying
Why
that
am I
we're going to
being a
win,
melt?
like create a dynasty and stuff.
Right, go back and watch this podcast because you're pissing me off now. I never said that. I just said he might look at the way Klopp's gone and he might be worried. I was talking about James Carragher. I wasn't
Jamie
even
Carragher.
talking about me. I was talking
Okay.
about James Carragher, mate. And I was saying he might be worried.
Who's
that we
James
could-
Carragher?
That's his full name. Do you think he was called Jamie? Surely his name's James. I was talking about this bloke's probably shitting himself
James?
because he hates us.
Why are you saying James? Why are you saying
Because
James
I'm calling him
Carragher?
out. Because I'm calling him out by his school name, his legal name. I don't know if his legal name is James.
Oh my god, what is
But-
this podcast?
No,
What is going on?
All I'm saying is this bloke is probably fucking fuming.
I can't believe on this podcast
He's
we're
fuming.
having an argument. I think we need to get Trent back on. It's just like how are we having an argument about nothing?
I tell you what, I'm going to watch this back. It started with you going, what was that? You didn't celebrate. What do you want me to do? Jump about like a little
Didn't
baby
celebrate about
at the start of the podcast?
Well, yeah, but I did. Yeah, but you didn't really say anything.
I can't just go. I can't just go.
Well, you are going. That's like someone's got a
because
fucking £2 in you.
because you pissed me off.
Fair enough. I don't know how I've pissed you off. I'm
I'm gonna watch this back. I can tell you what, because
Okay.
now we're gonna have a VAR on what we've just done. What it was is I was making this point, and
We need Trent to give a VAR because I need or someone in the chat to tell us
I
what's
can
going
watch the
wrong.
video.
Yeah, but you'll be biased.
I won't
towards
be
what you're listening
biased.
to.
What happened was I was making a point and I was saying, yeah, about Jamie
It's not
Carragher,
still
and
arguing
you were
about
like,
this,
I
are
don't
we?
want to go into that. You're going into it now.
Yeah,
then we
I
have to go into it,
didn't.
and you being all aggressive.
Right. Okay. Well, look, I don't think I'm aggressive, but
He said I'm aggressive.
yeah, I don't know if you need to.
Right. Anyway,
I'm just saying. I was just having a really I was trying to lead the podcast down the road of we'll talk about the scenes outside the Emirates and the actual game and winning the league, and then we can get into all that at the end. But you've sort of jumped into the hard stuff, which is fine. I just wanted to ask you, like, what was the best thing that you saw, like, after we won it, like, celebrations wise, that you've seen on social media?
mate. Like I say, I swear I was talking about that. It was the
Yeah, you
Ian
were.
Wright.
And then you started talking about like.
No, I was just a quick tangent about Ian
Oh my
Wright.
god, you still talking about that?
Yeah.
He's still going on about that.
Anyway, yeah, probably Ian Wright or the lads after, I would say, at 5 a.m. walking around the ground.
Yeah. No, I was going to get into, like, when the lads were walking around the ground, I agree with you on that point where it's like that connection that we have with the players and the fans and that Arteta's created and curated over the past few seasons is magical.
Yeah.
And I would go over the top in that sense, in terms of, like, how I feel towards the club and how people feel and the energy and the fire. It is unmatched. And I get, and that's what I will give you. Like, and I understand that, like, you know, other teams, their fans are great and everything. But I think when you win so many titles and you've got so much history, you know, clubs like Liverpool, Manchester United and City, you kind of do lose that. And I think right now at this moment, we have that in abundance. And I do think that's one thing that my other rival fans, I've seen tweets saying, like, wow, like, this is a proper club. Like, the fans, you know, that on Tuesday night was. Yeah, I mean, it was like England won the World Cup. It was amazing. I can't to that many people to come out on a Tuesday night outside the Emirates to celebrate that was. I've never seen anything like it. And also, don't forget that it's going to be even on Sunday. It's going to be even more mental than that. There'll be way more people out on Sunday. Not only will Crystal Palace Stadium, the whole surrounding area of the south, there will be full of Arsenal fans, but the Emirates will be packed with people. You won't be able to. The whole street, and then we've got the parade. It'll be the biggest. That will be one of the biggest parades you've ever seen.
Yeah,
it'll be like carnival.
Yeah.
So yeah, I do agree with you in that sense. I think I wouldn't say I don't know. Jealous is a strong word, but I would say other fans are probably thinking,
I can't believe
I'd love that. I'd love that to be.
I
us.
think that's where you just describing jealousy.
Because I just think like
I think they are jealous of us, and I think they've been jealous of us
Chelsea
for a few
fans.
years.
Maybe Chelsea fans. Some fans of clubs because I think
some of them they're very jealous.
Some clubs obviously have just but it's not the fans' fault.
I tell you what,
it's not the fans' fault. This is what I'm trying to get to. It's the way the clubs are run. So, like, if Chelsea was run like a good...
fault.
No, but it's not the fans' fault.
Joking.
It's the way the club is run.
Yeah.
Manchester United... Manchester United fans are actually... I actually quite like Manchester United fans. I think a lot of them are really passionate about the club. They're one of the biggest clubs in the world. I think if their club was run to the same standard as ours, it would be different.
What are you trying to say, though? Like, what is the
I'm
point?
just trying to say that... My point is that all football fans are great. I just think that, like... Give credit to the football club. Give credit to the football club, to Arteta, to the board, to the players, to everything. And I think that has created this environment that's allowed us to.
Matt, I agree. Partly that, but I do think there's something unique about this club, and like any club,
it is unique.
There's unique
of
things about.
It is.
There's
it
unique things about every club, but I do think that those scenes and just the way we took it. It's just the feeling that you get with Arsenal, and it's always been the same. It's the culture club.
It is a culture club,
and that goes back right from when you started supporting Arsenal and all this stuff, and why so many young people from all over the UK and from the world support Arsenal, because there's something special about it, and
there is, look, there is. I mean, look, we have, there is, and I think other fans can admit that.
And I think that's it.
Yeah,
and
I agree.
It's just nice because
it's not soulless. That's my opinion. It's like a lot of football clubs now, and I don't want to throw shade because it's not the fans' fault, but clubs like Chelsea, like Real Madrid, even Barcelona to an extent, City, Man United, because they just keep buying players every year, and I think they'll get some of that back with Carragher. I think that's a good appointment. They've lost the way. What are they? This is not about football anymore.
But it was never like my thing is
Arsenal. It's always been about football.
Yeah, but this is the thing. This is what I'm saying, and this goes back to what I was saying about like. Listen, I don't want to rehash it again, but about Carragher quickly is that Liverpool and Arsenal have this pedigree, and it's not just like these clubs, like because City have been winning it so much, and because Chelsea dominated, and United obviously maybe your point about they won it so much it wasn't as special anymore. Maybe that's the case, but the thing is like that's why. And going back to your point about those 22 years. Yes, I agree. 22 years, maybe any club would go crazy and all that stuff. But it's that context of the 22 years some of it was dark. And I'm not even saying like, people saying you had 5 FA Cups to celebrate. But what you're comparing it to before we had those 22 years, it's night and day in terms of the club's success and the trajectory we're on. I mean, we were level with United on league titles around that time-ish.
We were level.
Yeah.
We were one behind, I think.
And look where they are now. Look where we are now. And
we were a banter club, and it's nice to be back at where we belong. We're back where we belong. We are a sleeping giant.
Yeah.
And it feels it's amazing. And it's absolutely amazing.
And that's it.
And I think if we win that European trophy, because let's be honest, I think this is where we differ from Liverpool. I think Liverpool are in a different league because they've got that European pedigree.
Yeah.
And I think that's why it's so important that we give it everything. And I'm sure the players will to win that European Cup, because if these players win the European Cup for Arsenal, which has never been done before, it will be absolutely monumental, and they will eclipse the legacy of the Invincibles. They will eclipse that.
For you?
No, I just think they will. They're the first team in Arsenal's history to win a double.
I agree, but then that's a different debate. We'll come back to that. But yeah, no, they'll certainly be historic. For me, probably the Invincibles is still would be underrated in that sense, because I think no team.
I think it's overrated.
Other teams have done the double. Loads of them have. Why? Do you know what I mean? So no other team has done been invincible. So What happened there?
Yeah, but Porto went invincible. Sorry, but Jose Mourinho just went invincible in the Portuguese leagues, and they didn't win a league, and they came third. Anyway,
Yeah,
that's
but
another
in the
debate.
Premier League- in
That's
the
another
Premier League,
debate.
and we won a
I
league.
agree. The Invincibles, the way they played football, and that's another debate. That's where we get criticism this year, because you can't win.
Anyway,
we've won something now,
anyway.
and then we get the criticism
But
of
this
you
is
guys.
it.
You
This
guys.
was it.
There's always going to be that with Arsenal, and I do agree
But
to some
why?
extent.
And you were like, oh yeah, but it's this and this. Like, why do you think it is then?
I don't know.
Because people are comfortable with
dunno.
us being a joke. That's what they liked. We were just a joke.
I do. There's an element of yes, people wanted us to stay as a joke because they're scared of what we could become. So
Yeah.
I agree. There is an element of that, but we're not there yet. But I am excited.
But-
I just don't want to get carried away. But I am excited at the prospect.
But this is
of,
me
of,
saying...
of retaining
Yeah.
our Premier League trophy next year, retaining it, and winning a European Cup.
But this is my point, like, just to finish on this, because, you know, I think we can talk about the players and the scenes in
I know,
their
fuck
dressing room
me.
in the
Jesus.
at the ground and their training ground as well. But yeah, my point is that we've been there. We were so close on different occasions as well, and yeah, it's just credit to Arteta. I think every Arsenal fan and every player and everyone involved in the club might have had doubts at a certain time. I think Arteta maybe he even doubted himself at times, you know, because we have faced failure. We faced, like, it's been rough, you know, at times. Even this season, like you've said, we've had discussions on here about the future of Arteta if this doesn't go right, and it could have gone another way, but it's an unbelievable story. It's
I
an
was just about to say
unbelievable
that. I
story.
think in terms of the story, I think it's a metaphor for life. Like, not to get too deep, but I just think not many other clubs have stuck with the manager that long, through thick and thin, through dark times, and there were. And, you know, one trophy in like 6 years, or if you don't count the Community Shield.
We're not counting those.
So many setbacks, so many near misses, banter, getting bottle jobs second again. Even my mum says that, always the bridesmaid, people taking the piss out of us. And, you know.
My mum says she bang in.
Yeah.
She mad.
And it's just like, yeah, it's an amazing story, and it just shows trust the process.
Yeah.
And like all that stuff we got laughed at, but who's laughing now?
That's it. That's what.
And
Saka
I think
was
that's
saying.
what people are jealous of. It's not like the club and the fans. It's more of a case of like they can't believe that
I think it's all of
worked.
it.
No,
I think
but
it's all of
I
it.
just think they can't believe it's worked.
No, I agree.
I just think
agree.
that like they've signed when all that banter about Arteta and I just in the back of their mind I think some fans probably thought it's going to happen at some point. I always thought it was, but then even this season you think, well, even Declan Rice was saying, because he got interviewed recently on the Peter Crouch podcast, and he was like, oh, you know, when City won us, I was thinking, oh, not again, it can't happen again, surely, because City are good, like they're aware that it could have happened, and then you think, oh well, you know, this was it. This and fair play to the players, they've fucking stepped up, they've grown some balls, and they've gone after that City defeat. That's the biggest thing, and they've gone, this is it, it's now or never, and they've just fucking grabbed it with both hands and took it. They won every single game by hook or by crook. And yes, fucking shit on us all you want for playing bad football, but they found a way to do it.
Yeah.
And I think that's what excites me now, is now we've found the fucking way and we've done it. It's like next season we can, and all this thing about the handbrake coming off, I don't think it will completely come off. I think they will still play a controlled
Arteta
style of
is
football.
still gonna drive
of
us
course,
crazy,
but
'cause that's Arteta.
I think it will make us more confident. We'll have more presence. We're the Premier League champions. We'll play with more flair. I
Mate,
think
this
it
is
will
what I'm
release that
saying.
pressure.
This is what
and
I'm
that's
saying.
is what I'm excited about most. And I just love this club. I love the fans. I love everything about it. You know,
Yeah.
everything about it. And yes, we've probably lost our way slightly in terms of the style, but that style was the Invincibles, was Arsene Wenger, and that's what I'm saying. I think that's
That
took
style-
over.
what do you mean? Oh,
That's
yeah.
took over. That period is took over Arsenal, and that's what I love, because these players have created their own chapter. They've created their own legacy, and we look back to George Graham. People forget about that era, but that was 1-0 to the Arsenal. I think we've brought that back. You know, our defense. And I've been saying this all season, is the best defense in Europe. It's one of the best defenses I've ever seen. And yes, we didn't break that Chelsea record, but holy shit, that defense is immense. If we can keep that core,
You know what?
so I think it's
yeah.
just they've written their own story, and I'm proud.
Yeah, just bear with me on this one. But you know what I think's great? Our club motto is victory through harmony, And I was thinking about that today because I was like, that is actually the craziest thing because I've never felt such like a harmony with like the fan base, the club, like the players, the manager. It is literally like everything in this last few weeks. It's all just come together. It's all coming together. And I think, I don't know, it's a beautiful kind of saying because right now, like everyone's just on the same page. I think it's just, I don't know, it's a crazy
Maybe this is
feeling,
why this
but
podcast is never going to work.
Why?
Because it's not victory through harmony. It's victory through
fucking
aggressive arguments and spitefulness.
Yeah, anger.
Yeah.
No,
But no, I think I mean, it and the play that I mean, yeah, but I don't. They just must feel it's just relief. It's a weird feeling. I think it's a mixture of a lot of things. It's not surprise. It's pure. It's you because I think we so wanted it so bad and we expected it to happen, and we thought it was a right for it to happen. We got to that point because we've worked so hard. Not that it's ever a right, but we've worked so hard, and if anyone was going to win it, it had to be us. So I think there's an element of that. It's almost like we should win it. We should be Premier League champions. We deserve it. So I think there's a mix of. That's why it's. Isn't it? There's a lot of emotions in a boiling pot.
It's weird. Yeah, it's really weird.
That's all it is.
I mean, when it went back to when the game finished, because first of all, like I had a hope that Bournemouth could do something. Like in my head, I kind of thought,
I
well,
thought they were
Bournemouth,
gonna do something,
Bournemouth
yeah.
are a good team, but
So
I just
good.
thought like,
Such a good
City
team.
have been pretty decent, other than the Everton, but that was a few minutes of madness and Everton playing really
But we've
well.
seen all season, City have been great this season, but they've just not been at it
They're
in
not,
terms
yeah.
of like they've been found out in my opinion. Pep Guardiola this season, like the way they play football, they get done on the counter so much.
I think they're just at the end of this era,
Yeah,
and
they
that's
are.
why he's leaving. And
Yeah.
it makes sense that he's leaving. But yeah, it's been. I just felt this sense of like relief, honestly.
I'm so
Like,
glad as well.
I'm
like,
so glad it's over, man. I just couldn't.
We're the only team really to beat City in a proper title
over.
race. And I know he's near the end of his cycle and it was his last ever season, so people might put an asterisk on whether it was a proper title race, but they did push us till the bitter end. It didn't go to the last game, but they beat us at the Etihad. And say what you want about City, but they still were good this season.
Mm.
And don't forget, people, they signed Semenyo and Gay in January.
Semenyo
is one of the best players in the league, and Gay is one of the best centre backs in the league.
So, I was thinking
I
about
think
that.
we still beat
like
them.
that Gary Neville thing, and I mocked Gary Neville, and I have a mostly, I'd say, love-hate relationship with him, mostly hate. But like he was saying it all those years ago on that overlap thing, like there's a level for them, like fifth.
Yeah.
And I guess it kind of made sense because what he was saying is like financially, like Chelsea, City, United are bigger. And rival fans won't want to hear this. They'll be like, what are you on about? You spent loads of money. But City, their wage bill is 5 Bukayo Saka's more than ours. And Bukayo Saka is our highest paid player, right?
Yeah.
So they've got room on their wage bill. They pay the equivalent of 5 more players of Saka's wages. Like that. Like millions.
Yeah, we know
millions.
this about. They're going to get done.
This is what I'm saying.
They're going
right?
to get done. He's leaving. Those charges.
I know, but like we'll go back to the charges, but like, and this is the same thing, and this is that other comparison to Klopp as well. Is like, it's not been a fair playing field. We built organically.
No, I feel sorry for Liverpool fans if these charges.
We built sustainably, organically, and through good procurement. They, we know they're financially doped. Their revenues look sketchy, and they've got 115 charges against them. And they've got to come to light at some point, So to do it in light of in this era is.
I know. Obviously, we get banter, but I kind of also enjoyed that in a way. Like I know, I'm glad that it's over, but
I'm glad we're
going to get treated now with a lot more respect, and it's going to be almost weird to watch all those shows now and people
eat the words.
Yeah, I mean, all people are going to be have to say now, especially if we win the UCL, is just like, oh, you've only won one now. It's only one. That's all they can say. And when's the last time you won it? And that was it. But they've got nothing now. There's nothing. So I kind of miss that. I'm going to miss that side of it in terms of sticking up for the club and everything. But
You're
yeah,
gonna
it's
miss
going to be.
that.
It's part of my DNA at this point. Like I've never
I'm not
been
gonna miss
smug.
that.
I've never.
I'm
I've
ready to
never.
be smug.
And this. I think this is what I mean. Like
So ready.
I'm so used to. I don't know. Maybe it's been ingrained. I'm still. It's still sinking in for me. If I'm being completely honest, like the fact that we're Premier League champions, it doesn't feel real. Like it's not. It doesn't feel like it's Arsenal because that it's been so long. Like my entire life of watching Arsenal, and I've never seen us won a few FA Cups, but like even that we were losing against Hull before we won the first one. So
Yeah.
I don't know, and it's just weird. So it's going to be weird to get that level of respect. I think people are talking about our players being the best players in the world and all this stuff. I'm just not used to it.
Yeah, no, it is weird. I think it's all felt
Like
like
all those players leaving, Van Persie, Sanchez, Nasri, all those players leaving to go on and do bigger and better things. Like the last thing any Arsenal player is thinking now is leaving.
yeah.
The worst thing any Arsenal could be player thinking right now is, oh shit, like I might get kicked to the side to let others in.
Mate, we're in such a good position as a club. We
Yeah, I
really
know,
are.
yeah.
So credit to Arteta. And
it's Arteta,
and it's
man.
also,
He is
Arteta
a
obviously gets a lot of credit, but credit to, and this sounds weird because I'm praising a billionaire, but the Cronkies, Josh Kroenke as an owner, I have to say, like, it goes back to that All or Nothing documentary when he was having that conversation with Arteta saying you can only trust the people in the room and all this stuff. And yeah, he's just trusted Arteta and he's backed us. He's absolutely
Massively
backed us.
backed him.
And that's helped. Like, we know we spent money, but we had to, and he's bought the right players, and yeah, it's been incredible. Like the way it's turned around.
Other clubs will look at that now, and it's very interesting actually when I look at clubs like Bournemouth and actually the Premier League in general, how it's getting so much more competitive. And I just think
It's data, mate.
if they can keep, I know that it looks like they're not, but if they can keep Areola, and obviously they're going to get a decent amount of money for finishing European places, why can't the Premier League change? I think this narrative of the Big Six, I think I saw Mark Goldbridge, that's over.
I think it's
There isn't
changing
a Big
in front of
Six.
our eyes. Yeah.
There's a Big Five in terms of teams that have won Premier Leagues, which is us, Chelsea, City, United, and Liverpool. That's it. Outside of that, it's up for grabs. And I think that, I'm looking forward personally to other teams, and I kind of hope Newcastle are different because they got oil state, so it's a bit dodgy, but I just think I'm looking forward to the Premier League becoming hopefully a bit more competitive.
I think
when you can
is.
see teams like
Yeah,
Bournemouth and
yeah.
Newcastle and Brentford, starting to push up the table, and Aston Villa. I think that's like, look, Emery didn't do a good job at Arsenal. I think he's a fantastic manager,
Listen,
and I think he could challenge it for the league. Why not? Why not? Why can't they
I
challenge
don't
for
think
the
it's
title?
any coincidence that as two things, like as data's improved and all these clubs, the Moneyball strategy, which Bournemouth, Brighton, and Brentford all
We've employed
use.
it to some
And
extent.
we employ it a lot. And there's a book about it, but I can't remember the title, which I really want to read. But yeah, I think that's really interesting. But I also think this financial thing of like, there's no coincidence. I don't really know what the Premier League has done, and I don't know the financial side of it. But as this reckoning of like City and all this financial doping and the Abramovich era came to an end, an action against financial doping, which we've seen, they got away with it for years. As that's coming to an end, and you have to build organically, and you have to be really clear with your finances. And with this public regulator that's coming in, there is a shift in
there is
football,
a shift,
and we're in it, and we're in the shift.
And
now,
I agree with
so-
you. Okay, and I don't know. I'm gonna backtrack now, and you're gonna be like, oh, you say I'm getting fucking carried away, and now you're saying that, but we could capitalize on the fact
We've got
that
a huge
that football is changing because we happen to be at the top of the pyramid now. That a lot of these rules and regulations are coming in that are stopping these traditional clubs that have basically created a monopoly at the top of the league. United did it for God knows how many years. Then City did it.
Yeah.
And Chelsea have done it with basically just, and Liverpool really are the only club. And even they, to an extent, last summer, what they did last summer, I'm sorry, that was unprecedented.
Yeah, it was crazy.
What was that? And I know they built up a lot of money. They didn't need to do that. And they've ruined themselves doing that. And I think that's a lesson. So we're now, I understand with the Dynasty thing, maybe a bit carried away, but I agree in terms of we could, if we capitalize on this and keep our heads and still carry on making sensible decisions, we could really capitalize on this now because football is changing, the league is changing, and you can't win a league now just splashing fucking money and just like, you need a structure, you need a philosophy, you need a good manager, you need the fans to be on board. It all needs to work. We've seen it with Chelsea, the new owners coming in, spending money. That's not going to work anymore.
But it goes back to victory through harmony. Not only have we bought good players, fantastic players, Arteta from the very, very, very start, the fogging standards, from the very start, it was all about character. It was all about who you are when you wear the shirt. What do you represent? What are your morals? What are your values?
That's why we'd never sign Mbappe.
We don't sign. We walk
We'd
away
never
from
sign-
people that are bad apples or bad personalities. Because
Also, as well, really interested on this. There's loads and loads of articles that have been like obviously backlogged now for a while that are coming out about Arteta and his, to try and capitalise on us winning the league. Like journalists that have wrote really good pieces. I've not got the chance to read them thoroughly, but I found one really interesting. I think it was on the Telegraph, and it was about that Arsenal were offered Isak
right.
in the summer,
Really?
and we said we opted against it
This
And-
summer?
Yeah,
Wow.
yeah.
Okay.
And
interesting.
again, like Liverpool might. I'm not saying Liverpool fans. Liverpool probably were still front runners,
Yeah.
but I think Arteta and the club actively said we don't want to sign Isak, and I think that's what I'm proud of the club is that I just think back to your point. There's a clear the fogging standards. There's a clear standards of player character that needs to be, in the club, and that's why we've been successful. And hopefully it continues.
Yeah.
And it
I'm
should.
under no.
Should.
I'm under no illusion, or no kind of. I don't think I'm delusional when I look at these players and I feel like they feel like and all this people see. Oh, it's propaganda. It's cringy and all that stuff. Like they feel like a proper band of brothers.
We saw
like family,
those celebrations at the training ground.
What they've all been through together, and even the new lads that have come in have really blended in well. It's a credit to just, like you say, it's a philosophy. And I know we made that funny clip, but I think he does believe he
There's
sees
a bit of
it.
that that's true.
But no, it is true, and I think he sees football in that 3D way of yes, it's about the pitch, but it's about people. I think all of this is about people, and I think he understands people. Arteta gets it, and it's.
Well, there's another article
Yeah.
that came out. Apparently, one of the signings that names not been names, but apparently it was Timber.
That's what I've heard as well.
Yeah,
Yeah,
where Arteta locked them
yeah.
in a room and basically was screaming at them and did this passionate speech, like a GCSE drama monologue.
Yeah.
And after they came out in a daze and just was like, "Yeah, I'm going to sign for Arsenal."
Yeah.
But I think he has that. I mean, look, he's
Light bulbs,
he's fantastic.
whiteboards, Anfield music.
He is
like.
Whatever you say about all those cringy things that he have, and he has got a bit of Brendan Rodgers, but he's also got a bit of Mourinho. He's got a bit of Pep. He's a mix of everything. And I think, people will now I'm looking forward to people giving Arteta his flowers because he deserves it. He is a world-class manager.
Yeah.
A world-class manager. And I think Pep knew it. And I think a lot of these people knew it, and they knew it was a matter of time. I think the players did. That's why the players have stayed. That's why the players have stayed, because they knew it was a matter of time. That's why Declan Rice signed.
You took the words out of my mouth. I think about that Declan Rice signing, and the reason we were excited was not just because we were buying an elite player, like one of the best players available, and
he's the best midfielder in the world,
a generational player. Let's be honest. Not just that, but it's what it said about our club. It's what it said. Like we had that debate about Chelsea and United. They were the ones in the past that took their pick that said we want the best British player in the world. Sorry, the best British player, obviously.
Yeah.
There's not going to be yeah. We want the best British player. Like we want that.
English player.
We want the best
He's
English
British,
player.
isn't he? Yeah.
But let's not bring up his sorry, Ireland. But I honestly, I think we all knew then that something had changed in our club, and we knew that this is happening, and that's what I mean. Through all this. Sorry to go back to it again, but this whole story is I think everyone knew in football.
Everyone was
we
just
were
in denial,
changing.
because I think when we signed Declan Rice, people probably thought, "Oh fuck, why has he gone to Arsenal?" And I think people were just hoping that when we kept bottling it, they probably just thought, "Oh, if they keep bottling it, then
it will all fall apart."
Players,
like
it'll all fall
Pochettino,
apart.
Spurs.
Yeah. And now we've won it. I think everyone's going. And I understand your point at the start. I think now it's happened. People are going, "Oh fuck." And it's almost that I've seen the light, and it's I've been watching these watch-alongs and these creators, and I've genuinely looked at them, and I've seen the light in their eyes completely die
Fade.
out when that Champions banner came across the screen.
Yeah,
they all just went,
"Yeah,
oh, no.
it's over.
It's over. They've done it.
It's over."
And I think that's.
I
I know what you mean. That's what you're getting at
That's
in terms
it.
of fuck.
We've got
Because you
nothing
would
left
feel
to
like
say.
that. I think you'd just be like, oh,
They've actually done it, the
fuck.
fuckers.
If Chelsea.
Can't believe they've done
Then
it.
what I compare it to is Chelsea signed Xavi Alonso.
Yeah.
When you come in the first season, you go, he's good, he's doing something.
Yeah, and you fuming.
Six
I'm
years
like,
years go by.
Yeah.
They keep building. You think, no, not Chelsea. Not Chelsea.
Yeah.
They're not going to be back. They're not actually a club that not only that he's brought back the fans, they make good signs. I actually like some of the players because I think that's what Saka. You can't say that all players are respectful. They're good players. They do well for England. And that would be my worst nightmare.
Yeah.
Is if at Chelsea got to the stage where they did what we did under Xavi Alonso. I would.
But this
I'd
is
have
what I
that
was
feeling.
saying at the start.
Yeah.
They are jealous of
But I
what we
wouldn't
built.
yeah.
Like
But
they
I
are.
would, yeah.
And I said that we said this on the pod a few days ago or whenever it was, and like we are the envy of the world in some respects, other than PSG, and because even Real Madrid and Barcelona, they're a mess financially.
Yeah,
they're a
are
mess.
a mess.
They don't know what they're doing. They got they got Rashford on loan. I mean,
Barcelona have lost it. Barcelona, I respect him massively.
you got Olivier
In
Rodrigo
fact,
on you,
there was a
sir.
point
Like-
where Barcelona were the English version of Arsenal, vice versa. Way more successful, I agree with it. In terms of the way they played football, the way it was run, homegrown players and all that stuff. I really like Barcelona. And when we used to play each other in the Champions League, yes, they used to batter us every year. But like, it almost felt like, these two clubs are very similar. They've completely lost their way now with the ownership and the money. And I think it's ruined football. The whole Super League thing, we forgot about that. So yeah, that's what I'm proud of the club for. And yes, look, granted, people are going to say you've spent lots of money. We have spent lots of money, but I think we've spent it over a sustained period. And, we've not spent it all at once. It's been, we've had a good season. Okay, now we can spend some money. It's been careful. It's been controlled. We haven't splashed the cash. And don't forget, we've still got some players who aren't stars, who have basically won us the league. Trossard.
yeah,
He
that's such
is
a good
a
story.
signing from Brighton
Trossard.
for £30 million. He's not a star. He's not on a massive wage, and he's fantastic. And there's plenty of examples like this. Our squad is a squad. It's a team of players, and it's not an assembled super team like Man City.
This, Trossard's a great example, but that's what I absolutely love more than anything.
Where was Trossard?
No,
in the
but that's
celebration?
that's what I
didn't see him,
love.
by the way.
I saw him. He's only 5'6", isn't he?
Oh,
So
right.
probably
Got swallowed.
swept away like Berta getting bloody wrangled by
No, that was really
by
funny.
Declan Rice. But my point that I was going to make was like, you mentioned Trossard, but what I absolutely love about this team is you look at every single one of these players, every single one, they've all got this like story that maybe they face a bit of adversity, or maybe, they've all just got this path to get here. And I absolutely love it. Like, another one that I think about is Gabriel. Like, he joined us when we were crap. Like,
And he was a nobody. He was a complete nobody.
He was good at Lille, and he was exciting. I know United were linked to him, but he signed with us, and
Josh, he was nobody.
Yeah, I know. All right, but literally, he has been there from the very beginning, and he's just grown. He's gone from strength to strength, and I don't know. He was always a green shoot, and we knew he was quality. But it's a great story that he's been able to come through.
I know you
become,
say he knows his quality. He's only been quality for the past 2 or 3 seasons.
Gabriel.
When he first signed, he was rocky.
Oh,
he was rocky when he first signed. He was
arguments?
rash.
You cause arguments.
So you can't remember then. You can't remember when he was.
He wasn't that bad. He was a young player, mate. But we all knew that he was good.
Yeah, but
He was a diamond in the rough at the time. At that time, I think you take yourself back.
Fucking
No, but you're just causing arguments about nothing. Another great example is obviously the Saka. I love the idea of Erdiggard as well. Like, I think things didn't work out for him at Real Madrid, as we all know, and then he found his home on loan, and we were like, we'd love to get him, and none of us thought we had a chance, and somehow we got Erdiggard. He became our captain. I always remember, and it was fitting that West Ham game as well, that he came on and assisted Trossard, because I always remember that West Ham game where we drew 3-3, and we were done, we were finished, and Erdiggard was like, fuck this. Like, let's do it. And he dragged us back.
Yeah,
and I saw
did,
that and I was like, bloody hell, like, we've got something. Gyökeres, like, that bloke was balling at bloody...
No,
he was in the Championship.
His story is fantastic.
And Brighton, he couldn't even get a game. He went to Coventry and built his way. He went to Portugal. People laughed at him as well. Like, Portugal, you can only do it in Portugal. He's coming in his first season against all the adversity he's faced, all this shit that he gets from us as well. Like, we've been critical. And rival fans, obviously. Fat fridge, all this stuff. He didn't care. He's got massive cojones. He's a warrior, and mate, he's won another title.
All this for me though boils down to Arteta and the recruitment team.
Yeah,
like, you can't. We've had a few ones that have gone wrong, but any club has. But honestly, like, most of them have fit the team and the squad like a glove.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. So credit. I think that's where the credit is due, because ultimately it's Arteta and the team and the board that are selecting these players.
Yeah,
And there's not one bad egg. and there's not one player you can't say, oh, he's not trying. And
Fair
yes,
play
we
to
all
Adu.
when we do watch the game, obviously you criticise players, and some of them don't have good performances sometimes. But I tell you what, like the character, the atmosphere and the togetherness that Arteta has created at that club is something that is. I think it's a lesson in like management that goes beyond football. It's what he's done at that club is sensational. It really is. Like it reminds me of like Jose Mourinho into like sort of underdog, like the way he holds himself and he conducts himself. It is almost Mourinho-esque. That's who I'd sort of compare it to. He just holds that stature now, and also as well, we talk about bringing players in. Like Arteta hasn't really had that status as a manager. And he was still attracting big players. Like now he's won a Premier League, and if he wins a Champions League as a manager, don't forget, his status then goes up even more. And he gets respected by other coaches in world football. Not that he already is, but it's going to be like players are going to want to play for him. And it's built up to this point now where, yes, like, yeah, I mean, we could. But
So
it's a
we've
big
gone
ask,
round, basically. We spent the podcast arguing, and then we came round to believe in the same thing.
No,
which is in a way, it's
you were
poetic.
getting really carried away.
I don't think I was really.
But
this is the time. Like, this is the time to get carried away. If I'm not going to get carried away when my team has won a Premier League, what is the point of supporting? What is the point of watching
Trust
football?
me, I'm getting carried
You
away
might as
on
well just
Sunday
stop
when I
doing
see
the
us lift
podcast.
that Premier League
Yeah,
trophy. I'll be
exactly.
getting carried away.
Exactly.
But like not on the podcast.
Why?
Just because like I think people want to like hear.
Fuck you. I don't care. If you don't like this podcast, don't watch it.
Right. Well, that's already like most people are just switched off.
I
now.
doubt they made it out. If you made it this long, well
people
done.
watch the podcast, mate. I think you know people listen to it.
What?
all the
So
way
what?
through.
So you're like, oh, rival fans are listening, and they don't want.
No, not Royal fans. It's mainly Arsenal fans. But I think like sometimes as an Arsenal fan, I get pissed off when people say things. I'm like, oh, fucking shut up.
I'm just excited.
Yeah,
I mean,
no,
I
no, I'm
preface
not-
that. I preface that.
No, I think people enjoy
And
it.
I don't think anything I've said. I believe it. I believe what I'm saying. I'm not just saying it because it's something to say. I genuinely believe
yeah,
what
no,
I've said.
fair enough. If you believe it,
I believe.
But yeah, I just think it's hard. It's a good. It's a prediction, and it could. I hope it comes true. I hope we do dominate, but I hope we're doing it. Yeah, I mean, we deserve to. I mean, we should have really won at least another one by now. Anyway, if you look at the grand scheme of things, whether you say we bottled it or not, we should probably have another one to our name by now.
Anyway.
Not just the one. So, but yeah, I think. What else were we going to talk about?
I don't know.
No, I had something I was going to talk about, but I forgot now. Fuck's sake, that's what I
Probably the players. I don't know. Celebrating, win the dog. Sunday.
talk about. I don't know.
I just can't wait for us to lift it.
Yeah, I think that's
Honestly,
what
I
I'm looking
think
forward
it's
to,
gonna
and that's
hit
why it's
different.
not sunk in. And I think that's why Sunday could be bigger potentially than. I know Tuesday was massive in terms of celebrations, but I think Sunday celebrations could be like because people have had like witnessed us lift it. I think it's going to be a different. Like it's going to hit like crack. It's going to be good to see us actually lift it.
Mate, it's just the photos.
We need to
and
find a pub to watch it.
the dopamine that I will have from just looking at like
Photos of us with the Premier League
Saka.
trophy. Yeah, I know.
Arteta,
Arteta,
Rice.
that bloke.
Eze. I mean, what a story to win it at Selhurst
By the
Park.
way,
to
yeah,
lift it at
that is
Selhurst Park.
mad. Like to be on the brink of signing for Spurs, for Arteta to sign you, to then score hat trick twice.
No, just once, but two in a brace.
Oh, a
Actually,
brace! I thought he scored a brace and then a hat trick in his North London derby debut for Arsenal. He's had a fantastic season. He made that assist for Martinelli to get that draw against Man City. He's had some big moments. Scored in the FA Cup. He's a fantastic player, and he's had his ups and downs. And to get a guard of honour at Palace, where it all started, he got released from Fulham at a young age. He got released from Arsenal. I think what a story! What a story that is.
Yeah, it's
To
incredible.
get a guard of honour at Palace is
Yeah, it is an amazing thing. It is literally that song, Let It All Work Out. And,
It is.
And it is hilarious, but it literally is. It's mental.
it is insane.
It's such a good story. It's like a film. It's so good.
It is.
So yeah, it's a
And I
story
think
of
there
ending.
will be. I really, 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 really hope that since that documentary, which I've fucking really enjoyed, by the way, Arsenal All or Nothing, I hope they just even though Netflix were involved, I hope they carried on filming.
Or Amazon. Yeah, imagine.
I really,
Imagine
because
they
if
did.
they've carried on, and I'm sure they have got a lot of behind. If they make that into a documentary,
Oh,
I would,
mate.
I would. Oh my god, what a documentary that would be!
Yeah, it'd be
Even just
incredible.
this season, but like I think for the past 3 seasons would be incredible.
It's the story, yeah, it's released.
To
It's
see
just,
the behind the scenes in the changing rooms.
It's
and
not
stuff would be
real.
amazing.
Honestly, I've been so happy. I just don't even care. Anything could happen. I think for the next week until that Champions League final, and then if we win that Champions League final, which I don't even want to think about, but if we did, I would go to another level.
That would be bigger than the. I think that celebration, if we won the Champions League, would
I
be
think it would be just as big, if not bigger.
the parade.
I
Well,
think
thing
it
is,
would be
everyone would celebrate, obviously,
on
oh
the parade.
My God. But
And it
no,
would
it'd be
be
Saturday
insane.
night.
No,
the
it'd be carnage.
North London's going to be
It
shut
would
down. if we
basically
win.
be
It's gonna be shut down.
24 hours. So
Of
when we
just
win,
pure-
it would just be on the streets into the parade.
Yeah.
So I don't even think the bus would be able to start moving.
What's going to happen if we win it? Everyone's going to empty out on the streets on Saturday
Yeah.
into early hours of the morning, and I think they just carry on.
Yeah.
People are going to be. It's going to
I'm
be
gutted. I'm not going to be
fucking
there. I'm absolutely
carnage.
gutted.
Absolute carnage.
Gutted.
And I'm
But
just working
it's,
out what I'm going to do. Where
I
I'm
think
going to
you've got
watch
to
it.
go
and
there.
what-
You got to be
No,
there.
no, I'm going to be there.
I think
but
to see the
I don't know
players
how I'm going
lift
to get
on
there.
the
I
bus.
don't know how I'm going to
Mate,
get there.
Find a way. Win
the game.
the game.
See the parade.
You got to do it, mate. Sweet goodness.
Yeah, it's just even if you're going to be able to see, because the thing is, it's going to be that busy. But by the time I get down there,
You might not even see anything.
I
But
don't.
it doesn't matter.
I don't think you'll see
It
anything.
doesn't matter.
You won't see
They'll
them on
have
the
screens though. Like
bus.
they'll
Nah,
record
mate.
it.
I think you're underestimating
No,
how
I'm not.
far
I'm
back.
fully not. But I think it doesn't really matter.
Like the
it
bus,
doesn't matter, does
the
it?
bus, where the bus is,
Yeah.
to actually see. So where the bus drives through in the route, everywhere on the route, something like the London Marathon, everywhere across the route, people are going to get there at 6 a.m. just to get a spot. So you're not going to be able to. I don't think by the time I get there,
But
I
it
won't be
doesn't
able to
matter.
see the bus.
You were
You'll
there.
be so far back, you won't see the bus.
Especially if you win the Champions League, you have to go. I would go if I was here.
Obviously, I'm going to fucking go. If we lose the Champions League, I might
gotta
not
go
go.
for the
I
Prem.
might not go if we.
Why?
Just because logistically, I want to go. I'm going on Sunday to London, but I think the parade
Armchair
starts
fan,
early.
mate.
I think it starts at 12 p.m. It's just trying to get there. I don't
Armchair
know.
fan.
Oh, fuck off.
No,
You're not even
that's
going to
the
be
podcast.
there. You're on fucking holiday.
I'm on my holiday,
Like an idiot. You
I'm
booked a
celebrating.
holiday the last weekend of the season.
Because I'm celebrating.
Absolute idiot.
I've got my holiday.
Don't get me started, honestly.
All right.
Do an Arsenal podcast, and it could be like a memory that goes down in for the rest of our lives. And you're off on your bloody hollybobs in Portugal on the last weekend of the season, like a moron.
With my feet up, drinking a super bock.
Absolute idiot.
Yes, please.
Yeah, brilliant.
All right. What a podcast. We managed. You know what? If you thought that this podcast would change because we won a
If you could think it
title,
could get any worse.
think again. We are going to keep arguing. We're going to keep annoying each other.
I just wonder, like, do people enjoy those? Do
Yes,
people enjoy the
I think they
arguments
do.
or not?
I think they do. If they didn't, would anyone watch ever? Like, we would have
Yeah.
got 30 views and then we would have got 0 views.
I don't know. Sometimes I listen to a podcast. We always do this thing where we digest. I quite enjoy it. It was like in Chatterbix, they do that. They digest the podcast once they've recorded it and say why it went
What
wrong.
was that?
But I just think sometimes I listen to some podcasts and they don't argue, and I think, why have you not called him out on that? Because that is utter bullshit what you just said.
I
But
agree.
I quite enjoy that. We do that.
Maybe we're
But
too far the other
I
way.
think it
Maybe
goes-
we're too
I think
combative.
it is a
but
bit too far at times.
but it is just us. Like, we argue all the time.
Yeah, it's just you,
You started it.
mate. Fucking VAR that.
I'm going to watch. I cannot wait. I literally cannot wait to watch this
I
back.
agree. I started
I
in terms
cannot
of
wait.
I made a point, but you were the one that started to raise your fucking voice. Let me tell you that for a fact, Sonny Jim.
Because it always happens because you
And
piss me
it's
off.
always you. Ask Trent. You're always the one who starts shouting.
Yeah, that's true.
So
But you
whatever
set me
can't.
up.
Imagine you on TalkSport with Jason Cundy. You'd be shouting his head off.
No, but he's there to piss me off. We're
I'm
here
here to piss you
We're
off.
meant to be friends. We're not in rival
We're not friends.
teams.
We're brothers.
Yeah, true. We're the
You
brothers.
you can't take like any
can.
criticism at
No,
all.
I
Like,
can.
If I say something like, "Oh, Dynasty, you're talking shit," you go,
Because I'm not.
No, maybe I don't know. I'm in a weird mood. I was in a weird mood because I just think it is a weird mood. Like I don't know what to feel at the minute. I just don't know what to feel. I don't know if to be super braggy or like I'm like in the middle. Like I think we deserve it, and I think I'm enjoying it. But I don't give a. To be honest, I actually do, and this is what it boils down to. I actually don't give a fuck about any other club or any other fan of any other team. I do not care. So I think that's why I'm not bothered. I don't care what anyone has to think. I don't care what anyone says. I am just enjoying my team winning a Premier League for the first time in 22 years and being in the final of a Champions League. I don't care what anyone fucking thinks. I don't care if they hate our players, hate our manager, or style of football. I don't give two fucks. So when you get rattled about all this noise and all these people saying, oh, then you thought that and I've got receipts, I don't give a fuck. I just want to celebrate it. It's been hard. It's been fucking hard.
I am
watching this team.
For revenge.
I remember being in the fucking Snipe with Kai, and we fucking got thrashed in Baku. Unai Emery's manager, and now we've won a fucking Premier League and we're in the Champions League final. So I just want to enjoy that. I don't care what anyone has to say. Yes, it is funny. I do like the banter, and I do like saying, "Oh, fuck off, you were laughing. You're not laughing now." But I don't need to laugh at people. I don't need. I'm just
fair play. You're a better man than me. Yeah. I'm enjoying it,
and I'll give it to someone if they give it to me, but they're not. They're going to be quiet, and that's what I'm loving. I'm loving the quiet. I'm loving the.
It's nice.
What I'm loving is you watch people and they're just like you say, the light's gone from the eyes.
Yeah,
they just have to say, "Fair play, Arsenal."
That's all you can
deserve
say.
it, and that gives me satisfaction. You
done
deserve it. You're good. Your manager's good. Your players are good. You deserve it, and that's what gives me ultimate satisfaction more than anything, because we do.
Well said. We can both agree on that. All right. Well, thanks for listening, everyone. It's been a bit of a...
It's been a roller coaster. But the season's been a fucking roller coaster. And I'm sure after the Champions League... No, I'm sure after the Champions League, we might do a podcast that just summarises the entire... And this is what I wanted this podcast to be, I guess. But there's so much to talk about.
It's too emotional.
I think it's just been a sort of a release thing. Episode.
I had to, yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, I'm looking forward to like the episode after the Champions League final, of course. We'll probably do an episode next week, won't we?
Yeah, I'm hoping that we can do one before the Champions League final. After listing the Prem.
I think we should do one after lifting the Prem to review the season.
But you might have to do it with. I'm on holiday, aren't I, for a week? So you might.
I'll probably do it with Trent. Anyway, I'll do it with Trent. Yeah, probably better for people watching.
Better for your ears.
But yeah, you're not going to be. Yeah, it will just be. This is it. This is our last podcast.
No, why not? We can do one after Palace and do a preview for the Champions League final.
You're going to be on holiday.
I'm on holiday, not next week, the week after, you donut.
All right, well, that's fine then. All right, fucking hell. Can we end this now?
Yeah, let's end it. Bye.